this chapter, we're going to be looking at how we can turn individual routines into a full live performance set. When I'm doing a solo show, quite often I'll have multiple groups, and if each group is its own routine, so that's, you know, when we're thinking about what we set up in chapter 1 and 2 of this masterclass, we placed all the sounds onto those 16 pads, and then that created a routine. So each of these tracks has its own set of 16 sounds and can be played as its own track. For example, if I'm doing a 30-minute set, what I might do is I might have 8 different tracks, and I'll play those in succession, but I'll use different transitions. So for example, on the machine, we can use this Perform Effects strip as well as set up macros to be able to do really nice transitions in between those different tracks. This way we can create a nice flow for a live performance in a similar way to how you would expect a DJ to use. If you were listening to a DJ set, they would be doing really nice blends and using effects as transitions in between those tracks. So we're going to do pretty much the same thing using finger drumming. A couple of the nice kind of effects that I like to use quite often on the Perform Effects strip will be something like a low pass filter, so you can get this kind of really nice wah wah sound. You can also use something like the burst echo. We can also set up macro effects on machine, so on the master channel, as Perform Effects are limited to the group that you set them on. So Perform Effects will not be on the master channel, so I can't have, for example, like a low pass filter, and when I press on this one it's going to have the same effect. I would have to set the low pass filter on that second group. So if we want to have multiple effects, because again the Perform Effects strip is limited to one effect only, the one that you set at the time, we can use macro effects on the master channel to have more effects than you would only on the Perform Effects strip, as well as across all of the groups that you're using. So for example, I like to have a reverb set up. We also have delay. And a grain delay. Just doing a pitch shift, and I have a high pass filter here as well. So if this is doing the low pass filter, I can have a high pass filter here. And this will allow me to use it with the Perform Effects strip as well. So I could have, for example, like reverb and beat delay on, while using the Perform Effects strip. So I'm going to demonstrate for you how I would use those effects if I was doing a live set, for example. So I'm going to play through 3 different tracks, and we're going to use those effects as transitions in between them, as well as for the intro.
It's me. Gnarly music.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Gnarly music.
So that's how you can use macro effects, perform effects, and use them as transitions in between tracks to create a more flowing live set.